All right, Dr. Carol Swain, legal scholar, tenured professor at Princeton and Vanderbilt Universities, joins us now. Jack Brewer, chairman of the Jack Brewer Foundation. Good to have you both here. Dr. Swain, I want to start with you. Most of our black reps in Congress are furious over this decision. They call it racist. They call it a step backward. How do you respond to that?
Well, they were wrong in the 1990s when they tried to draw race-based districts that were struck down by the Supreme Court. They argued that once those districts were struck down, they would not be reelected. Everyone that ran for reelection was reelected without having districts that were overwhelmingly black. And I would argue that political party is more important than race. In fact, I wrote a book back in the 1990s, and that book has proven to be true. And it's been cited 3 times by the Supreme Court in voting rights cases. And so for people who are acting as if they're shocked about the Supreme Court saying that race should not be used in redistricting, they just need to go and read those Supreme Court cases from the 1990s. The court has been very consistent with holding that position.
Yeah. Jack Kagan writing that the suit has laid the groundwork for the largest reduction in minority representation since the era following Reconstruction. Here was Hakeem Jeffries with the Congressional Black Caucus today. Take a listen.
This fight is not just about Black America. It is about the future of American democracy itself.
Obviously, this ruling today has a devastating blow to our democracy.
Affirmative action is gone. Diversity is gone. Equity gone. Inclusion gone. Racial tolerance gone. The Voting Rights Act largely gone. But guess what, extremists? We're still here.
That's right.
And we're not going anywhere.
Jack, your reaction to that. What do you think of this?
The only thing that's gone is their money train. And that's the whole motivation is to try to fool black people that they're still victims. I call this Liberation Day, Finity. I'm so happy. I hope this entire ruling snowballs and goes across the entire country. You know, it's enough is enough. These same districts that they're pushing to divide by race, the kids can't read and write. You look at the reading and math proficiency in these districts, these black kids can't read and write. You look at the crime, violent crime for juveniles has spiked 138% in the state of New York. You start looking around and seeing half of our kids are locked up in jail because we have no fathers in the homes. And so all their policies have done, all this race baiting and spreading up these districts within race has done is break up the black family, taking our men out of the homes and locked our men up in prison. And I hope that this is just the beginning of a new day in America. This is Liberation Day. How fitting for this to happen on the 250th year of this country. It's time to change the approach. It's time to get some conservative values back into black America. And I think this is the type of ruling that it takes to get that done.
Yeah, as I said, the real oppression is coming from that party, and they mask it as something else, but they have traded the black community, their souls for food stamps and subsidized rent. And the decimation they have done over the last 6 decades of the black community has been very visible if people would just pay attention to that. And Dr. Swain, I think the real test is this on this case. If an inner city seat had been gerrymandered to give whites representation, Ketanji, Sotomayor, Kagan would have all voted the exact opposite way. But the 6 conservative justices, their vote would have remained the same.
I agree, and I can tell you that every single one of those incumbents will be reelected. Unfortunately, they always exaggerate, and so their seats are not in jeopardy. And the Democratic Party, they vote on the basis of partisanship. They handpick whoever they're going to give the seat to. And so no one is jeopardized, unfortunately. They have no reason to clean up their act. And we do need to celebrate the fact that we're moving back towards the original intent of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Equal Protection Clause that prohibits discrimination against all Americans. And so it is a day to celebrate.
It is certainly that. Dr. Carol Swain, Jack Brewer, good to have you both. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
God bless you.
All right. United Arab Emirates.